Before we worked together, you were also creating YouTube videos. So what do you think the difference was between, you and I working together and then versus when you were doing it by yourself?
We were like around 15, 25K, maybe 35 as a max K a month, just as we started making videos. It was the best month ever I've had in my business. We did like 65,000 in that month. All of these people watched my YouTube video. As they were like sharing screens sometimes, I could see that video on their tab and I was like, okay, like this is awesome.
Thank you for hopping on this call with me. Just to start off, can you tell everyone a little bit about who you are, like what your business is, who you help?
First of all, thank you for having me, Quentin. It's such a pleasure. So my name is Victoria, and we help education businesses scale with ads. So that would be like additional education businesses like education consultants, schools, and whatnot. And then also course creators, meaning the non-traditional part as well. And we help them scale from like 10 grand to 30,000 and then 100,000 a month.
Yeah, sick. And I want to point out in this video too, Victoria is definitely one of my like most dialed clients I've ever had. She like makes me be on my game, so she'll probably drop some little nuggets in this call as well. So we started working together probably about 3 months ago now.
2 or 3, I'd say. Yeah.
Before then, I think you were trying to do some YouTube content on your own. Can you talk a little bit about like where your business was 2 months ago and how you were navigating creating content for it?
Yeah, before I started working with Quentin, guys, I was mostly relying on ads and organic, but short form organic, meaning LinkedIn mostly. And while LinkedIn captures eyeballs and sometimes does build some trust, you really want almost people to binge you more and watch more videos to kind of understand what is it that you actually do. Just because the longer they watch, the more you can actually kind of extrapolate on it. And so we were like around 10,000, 15, 25K, maybe 35 as a max K a month. So I was like, okay, Quentin, let's try YouTube. We need to build more trust so they buy in more into me and my processes before they hop in a call with me. Just as we started making videos, it was the best month ever I've had in my business. We did like 65,000 in that month. And all of these people watched my YouTube video, specifically the one that literally breaks down my system. As they were like sharing screens sometimes, I could see that video on their tab and I was like, okay, like this is awesome.
That is amazing. And honestly, shout out to you too, because like, we help you execute on the content side of things, but really all of the knowledge and sauce and expertise you're putting out there, that's like, you're the source of that. So we help bring it to life, but shout out to you. You're like absolutely dialed, like I was saying. But I know before we worked together, you were also creating YouTube videos. So what do you think like the difference was between, you and I working together and then more people watching the content versus when you were doing it by yourself?
Yeah, I was making some videos and they were quite shitty, I'm gonna be honest, just because it is quite hard to understand, number one, what to say, how much to say, in what structure to say it, to keep it engaging, what is a good hook, how to make a good thumbnail, the video ideas itself, how to package them. It's just like I say to my prospects and clients, like media buying is a skill in itself that people spend years and years honing it, right? Same with YouTube. Like you cannot expect to do it on your own and achieve the same results as you would like working with someone else who's actually an expert. Yeah, it was definitely hard and frustrating and unsustainable because it was like up and down. I upload some videos one day, other months I forget about it.
Yeah, that's something I like to tell a lot of people too. If you want to do YouTube well, like you might as well just outsource it because you're not going to edit videos, you're not going to make the thumbnails. And if you do it, it's either going to take a lot of time or it's just going to be done like not to the highest level. So appreciate you sharing that. Now, in terms of just our entire process, can you talk a little bit about like your workflow? Because I know, especially you, like you're a very hands-on operator, like you like things done to a very good detail. But in terms of how much work you're doing in terms of like recording and then sending it to us, how much time is it really taking you when you are sitting down?
So it really does depend on the type of video we're trying to create here. Is it more like top of funnel where I can just talk more about high level things where I don't need to prepare as much, or is it more middle of funnel where I actually need to provide quite some information, right? So it does depend. I would say like the ones that are shorter or more like grabbing the attention, or tofu, what we call, maybe half an hour. Our offer is so operational and so detail oriented. It takes me probably longer than someone else who doesn't have the same offer, but it takes like 1 hour on those heavy informational videos, I would say.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like what I'm gathering from that is, so like the prep and the actual recording is pretty much the bulk of it. Once that's done, you kind of shoot it over to us and then kind of take it all off your plate and upload it, and it's kind of up there. But it's probably about like an hour's worth of time investment, per week, especially
Yeah.
depending on the video.
Yeah, 100%. And the best, of course, is to batch it. So set aside 4 hours in a day, shoot out like 3 videos or whatnot, and get it done. The best kind of procedure to look at it. And the best thing is that I loved how personalized you were to me, I would say, just because like you're not an ad, so it's a bit hard to script. And by the way, if you have clients who are annoyed by that, it's like, dude, I'm not in your brain, right? You can literally tell that to them. Like you can tell them like, I'm not in your brain.
Yeah.
So like I love the fact that you were open of me giving just my Loom recordings that I've been doing internally for SOPs, and then using that to create the actual scripts. And it helped me a ton as well with the preparation process, so I'm not wasting that much of my time, you know?
Absolutely. Like we do have a done for you service, but it's very much collaborative, you know, in terms
Yeah.
of what you put out on camera is your brand, it's who you are. That requires effort from the client side too, to let us know who they truly want to be and the information they have so we can bring it to life. So really good nugget to share there. And now in terms of like your YouTube library, what type of difference has that made in your business? I know we talked about how you've had your best month there, but on your sales calls, having this library to kind of lean on before they speak to you, do you feel that difference when talking to these prospects?
100%. Like, first of all, by watching my videos, I've had now 3 prospects, I think around 3, yeah, that they thought is going to be way more expensive. So I dropped my price. Like, as you know, we started at 5K, then it was 8, then 8.8, and then it said 10K. The last call I had, I said 10,000, and he was like, are you priced well? I was like, okay, dude, thank you for letting me know. But really like creates that feeling of authority. Number one, they show up to the call here to listen to you as well. It's not like they're now, because you know, when you're in a sales call, almost prospect is the one who's buying, so kind of they can take over that control, quote unquote. And yeah, it builds the trust. It builds like this feeling of loyalty as well, as if they know me as a person as well. And I think those are like the main things. One thing though, Quentin, I've had
Yeah.
some people thinking that they can do it themselves now by watching my videos,
Mm-hmm.
which is good actually. It means that I'm giving enough meat, but it makes me laugh because I'm like, okay, it took me like so many years to figure it out, but you try it. You give it a go and then you come back.
You know, that's actually very common too. So like when you're giving out as much value as
Yeah.
you are gonna naturally attract do-it-yourselfers. But once they actually get into the thick of things and they're trying it themselves and then they realize, oh wait, this isn't quite working, then they go back to the video. Then they go back to trying it again. And then eventually they always come back and say, you know what? This let me just
Yeah.
reach out and book a call, because again, like if running ads and media buying isn't your main business, you have to take so much additional time to try and really learn it and get it right, when you know you could watch maybe 100 YouTube videos before something finally clicks. And you do have those like super high level genius type people that might get it, but majority of your audience is going to be like, you know what, okay, maybe I tried it for a second, but we're going to end up circling back and booking a call. But really what it's proving is that you know your shit, you're extremely competent in that, you know how to do it well. So maybe it delays them coming back, but typically they always circle back.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's good. And then last question I have for you, who would you recommend this service to and why?
Good question. So I'm gonna be honest here as well, okay? If you don't mind.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend people, number one, who have like epic shit to talk about. I think like if you're just beginning maybe and you don't have good value to provide, it's gonna be hard to make good videos. You need to be doing epic shit and have like authority to talk about things as well. Number two, it would be you should not expect to just Quentin do the magic here, because it definitely goes like both ways. You need to provide good info, good inputs, specifically like on the value of the video to make it work. And number three, if you're not patient, you should not do it. Like I think like maybe 20% of like your channels, 20 is small percentage, right? Will take off immediately, but other 80%, which is the majority, will take time to build up, just because that's also how like averages work, right? You cannot expect to like become like 100K followers in like in a night, right? Like it's unreasonable. I always say like, okay, what happens if you don't do it? What's gonna happen in the next 4 months? You're gonna just be in the same spot, struggling with your sales calls and people undermining your authority and yada yada yada, right? So what is worse?
Exactly.
Staying as you
Exactly.
are or do something about it?
You know, it's funny you mentioned the patience part too, because we had like, I think it was probably like a week or two gap where impressions kind of just randomly suddenly dropped off out of nowhere. And I was looking into it. I was like, what's going on? I mean, the only thing that came to my mind was like, okay, let's just, you know, bounce up the packaging and make it a lot more crisp. The next thing you know, the next two recent videos we posted, like those are taking off those are both battling for one of tens on your channel. So yeah, if you weren't just patient and kind of just letting it do its thing, it's easy just to quit and say, oh no, YouTube's not for me. But letting it just kind of do its job, trusting in the packaging, trusting that what you're putting out is going to rise to the top. Because the cream always rise to the top, and people are catching on to that. I think every time I look at your channel, there's just new subscribers, there's just new viewers coming in. So yeah, I think you're a great client, and I appreciate you hopping on this call too. And I'm just ready like to keep watching your journey, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So thanks,
That's
Victoria.
awesome. Thank you, Quentin. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. 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 Yeah, cool. All right. I think we can end it there. That was a fantastic interview. Fantastic.